This is one that I want to focus on for a couple of minutes. Looking to our long-term care facilities, you could see the total number of positive cases of 28,312. The rate of new cases has decreased from its peak, and we continue to throw everything but the kitchen sink, and maybe including that, at long-term care facilities to push this curve even lower. The next one is the one I want to spend a minute on. Here are the numbers of lab-confirmed deaths associated with our long-term care facilities, which shows a decrease from the peak. And a note that starting today, we are showing only the numbers of lab-confirmed deaths, as this will give us our best representation of what is happening within our long-term care facilities in comparison to the statewide number that we report. And Ed, I'm going to practice without a license, but perhaps either in an answer to a question or in our remarks, you may want to weigh in on this. So the number was about 1,400 fatalities higher as of yesterday. That's information, by the way, that will continue to be very, I shouldn't say happy. These folks are gone. There's no question that they're gone, and there's no question that long-term care facilities have been an extraordinary, challenging reality, not just in New Jersey, but around the county, around the country. We were not reporting these, as it turns out, apples to apples. So the other 1,400 that are not any longer in this chart were not confirmed, lab-confirmed COVID-19 fatalities. The number that we report, our statewide number, which I'll report in a moment, is lab-confirmed, our lab-confirmed fatalities. And so we don't want to any longer give you an apples to oranges number. If there's information that you want or that we've got about those other 1,400 blessed souls, we're more than, as I say, more than happy does not express it accurately because we're not happy about any of this, but we are able to give you a window into that. Another point I would want to make is that from now many weeks, if anything, numbers revisions are going to go up, not down over time. And again, I'm practicing without a license, but maybe Ed can comment on this. Ed, do you want to jump in right now, in fact, and comment a little bit as to the rationale as to why we are where we are?
Once again, it always seems like counting deaths should be a very simple thing. A person dies, you know they died, you know they're related to COVID, you know they're in a nursing home. You should be able to put these things together and accurately report out those numbers. What happened with this outbreak was this. You know, we had a large number of facilities that got overwhelmed very quickly. There was this huge number of cases, unfortunately a lot of deaths. And that very quickly overwhelmed not only the facilities and their ability to respond, but also their ability to report out accurately what was happening in them, as well as the locals and the department's ability to follow up on that information to try to get the most accurate information that is possible. As it is now, we're following over 500 of these outbreaks on an ongoing basis, and it is extremely difficult to continue to get as accurate information as we can. What we've done in the last week to 2 weeks and presenting now is we've changed the way that we're getting the information from these facilities. We try to make it easier and more clear as to what we were asking as far as inputting into a survey that we get every day from them. So while these are still reported by the facilities themselves, meaning these are not deaths that the Department of Health has verified actually has happened, they are being reported by the facilities, and they're reporting more clearly into different categories, which makes it easier for us to go ahead and present exactly what's happening in the facilities as far as deaths in residents. It also allows us the ability to separate out the deaths by staff, for example, which used to be lumped together in one category. So certainly as we become comfortable and confident in the numbers, we can share those numbers and be happy to answer any questions about it.
Ed, thank you. So we've so far in the past 2 days this week, we've changed our nomenclature on 2 different numbers, one of which is really good news. It's unvarnished good news. When you take the serology tests out of the